legislators need to do their work and not be bogged down by this thing of supporting William Ruto. That could indicate something else. Do you think he's keen on controlling the legislative agenda? Because now he can. If at all the president wants something, he has to depend on Raila Odinga and his troops in parliament to actually support his legislative agenda. Do you think that Raila Odinga knows this and that is what he wants to do in the last 23 months of this electoral cycle?
What I see more is self-aggrandizement. It is more about what can I get? What can I milk from this government? So you probably even this is a threat that he's issuing to Ruto, that look, I may come overturn the apple cart for you in 2027, and therefore think twice. Or probably he needs to squeeze in a little bit more money from Ruto by whatever means, whatever arrangement they have. Because of course there is a financial benefit that he derives from the association he has with Ruto. But look at what Honorable Gakuya is saying, that what is this mongrel that we have in terms of an opposition that is part of government? Well, I mean, what is your conception of democracy? What is your take on the constitutional imperative that Kenya is a democratic state? It's multi-party. And now you have a merger, informal, and all that they have, then they tell us is a memorandum of understanding outside the political parties act. This is not a compact that is bound within the province of the law. The agreement is more of a political vehicle for them to, quote unquote, survive and go through the electoral cycle so that then we hit the 5-year period. So he's not serious. What do I mean? If he has his own ODM manifesto, is that, of course, it's littered and it's, spread with all those policies that they wanted if they were in government, and they should be the shadow government, in my humble view, they would be implementing. So are those the policies that the legislatures in the National Assembly have been articulating for the last 24 months? Have they got these synergies to work together with you, dear, to say that, look, there is a commonality between your blueprint and our blueprint called our manifesto, new manifesto, and therefore we have these joint efforts to make. Have we seen that? We haven't. What we see is a support of Adani. And what we see him even saying as yesterday, oh, why are you Kenyans questioning about the PPPs? We should sell these parastatals if they are non-functional.
Wakili, are you saying that he has lost, if at all he was to return to the opposition trenches, and that ODM reassumes its position, as it were, as a leader of minority in parliament proper? Are you saying that they've already lost that opportunity, that they cannot now go back? And if they do you think they would be as effective?
No. One, I think they've lost. The landscape has changed in very material terms. Number one, we have a more informed Kenyan populace, very inquisitive and demanding of their rights. Even as I think yesterday, there's a report in the Daily Nation saying that there was a court decision by 3 judgments saying that county governments owe the citizenry on the ground accountability, and they should know about the agenda and whatever procurement is being done. So the landscape has changed on all fronts in terms of economics. There are more poor Kenyans today than there. We would say that there were, if we go back 10 years when ODM was a force to reckon with, or even if we go back to the beginning of 2022, more Kenyans don't have any hope of coming from the economic doldrums that they are in right now. When this government came in and said that, we found empty coffers. We came from the so-called COVID-19 scenario and we were stranded in terms of the financial landscape. The Kenyan people gave them time. But look at the policies that they have adopted. over time. These have weakened the shilling in terms of the inflation, the Kenyan average person. So the ODM that was in 2022 is not the ODM today. The Kenyan people and the Gen Zs have come up. And let's remember that we have a burgeoning, a bulging youth who demand much more of the political class now than 10 years back. So in my humble view, ODM, in terms of its outlook, seems to have fallen totally out of sync with that reality. Look at even the people who were there in that meeting. I mean, and with tremendous respect, I don't want to say anything, but I mean, the visuals themselves, I mean, those are old people and you don't hear the young people, being given the podium. So what are we saying? ODM no longer has that vision for a changed, a dynamic, and a forward-looking Kenya. What they have, in my view, in tremendous respect to Mheshimiwa here, because he said that they are going to celebrate and they are going to be, with the rear view mirror in mind, what ODM has achieved. In my view, I mean, that is the ODM of yesterday.
And it's done.
And that's done. That's done. The Kenyan people want change. That is here and now. They are not living in the past. I mean, they are not fixated with this. There was an ODM that was functional then, so it's going to be, no, the Kenyan people want, look, I don't care what political party you come from. Look, I want something functional in terms of my society. And I want, for those people who are unemployed, I want employment. And if you're in government, if you're stealing, I am going to come up for you. Which is why, during the Gen Z demonstrations, they were going for the people. You are responsible. For instance, in Mala, the person responsible in finance, and I don't want to name them, you saw them, we are calling up on you, we are naming you and we're coming to visit you. What is that as a lesson to ODM that they never seem to have learned?
Yet we've seen ODM and
it's sad.
Odinga, attach and detach from political parties and political formations seamlessly. Lotte, do you agree that with the assessment by Wakili that this time round detaching from UDA is going to be a tall order for Raila Odinga and ODM as a whole? That 23 months to election, people have already decided they've been lumped together with UDA, and detaching will be impossible.
Now, they say in politics, even one day makes a lot of difference.
And you are a member of Azimio.
Yeah, I'm a member of Azimio, and I tell you, one day in politics make a huge difference.